Hi, I'm Sandy Cuspit. I'm a furniture decorator in Grand Rapids, and I'm restoring this beautiful antique sewing machine for my friend Julie. And it's a hand-decorated sewing machine, and so I want to show you how what I've done is I've traced all the images with tracing paper, and then I make a pin dot pattern out of them. That's how I get all this decoration back on the machine after I strip it and put the finish on it. And
now this machine was decorated from the factory.
Yes, I think it may have been silk screened, but I had to paint.
And it's a Montgomery Ward's model.
Yeah, it is. And so I'm going to show you how to put make a pin dot pattern, and how to put it on a piece of furniture that you're trying to
Can you pull
decorate.
out one of the drawers?
Mm-hmm.
You show the side view of the drawer. Yeah, so Sandy is totally stripped and refinished this. It did a little bit of veneer repair on it and decorated it. She painted the base. Everything you're seeing on here is the way it looked when it came to us, other than Sandy redid it all. So we're not adding decoration.
It's put back to its original.
Yeah,
what it looked like trash when we got it. I think it looks beautiful now.
And she put that little
ruler
on there. And here is a picture of the sewing machine.
And then over here, this is the very top of the sewing machine, and this is the pin dot pattern that I made. You actually trace the image, and then poke it with a pattern poker. You can't see anything here now, but I've got this one's poked.
Well, why don't you show us how you put it on?
And then this is a pounce. This is that white dried paint pigment in it, and you put your image that you've poked the holes in right there, and then you rub this pounce across of it. And that's how I get the image on here.
Why don't you show us a little bit on,
and then
on this right here.
I'll try to decorate a little bit of it for you. We're working with lacquer. Lacquer and gold colors.
Maybe it's better if I get over here.
And I'll just do part of this. Lacquer, when you're painting with lacquer, you can't wipe it off and start over again. It eats into the finish of the wood.
Yeah, like when you spill some fingernail polish remover on your furniture, you should just leave it alone, not try to wipe it up. Try to get a little closer here. Sorry.
That's okay.
The light glare in here or something.
Pardon?
The glare of the light.
This is all the further I'll go with this particular step, so that I can move on and show you some other steps involved.
You do some more steps right now like that?
Yep.
So here is her pin dot pattern, which she basically just sketches a pattern on a piece of paper, which is hard to see. She pokes it with a little needle, and then she takes her little pounce, and that's what it looks like when she transferred the pattern on the...
Now I've got that just laid in.
Yep, and it looks pretty good right there.
It looks fine right there. And then another step that I do before I start doing other stuff is I've side loaded this brush. There's paint in just the corner of the brush. And then sometimes I like to do like little background leaves.
Oh yeah, I can see that now. Little background leaf. Am I too close?
No, that's okay. Maybe I'll put another one right here. Now I'll do another step. I'm going to highlight it a little bit.
Normally you don't work this quickly, do you? You let it dry a little bit in between, or do you normally just go over
Normally I'd lay in the whole thing with the colors that I need, but I don't want this video to take too long, so I'm just doing a little piece of it.
Hope I'm not too close. Oh, you're using a different color gold.
Yeah, this is a highlighting. It's lighter colored.
Oh, sorry about that. That lighting is just horrible up top. The overhead light in Sandy's studio is it's nice for working, but it's killing this video. Let me see if I can get over here. It's not focusing very well.
No.
I almost feel like turning that darn light off. I got a lot of glare in this from.
You can't really see it very well.
I can see it, but I don't think they can see what you're really doing. Now it focused right. Really nice. Let me try to get on the other side here for a minute.
Okay.
Well, that's not working either. Start to see it come to life.
Can you a little bit?
Mm-hmm. It's just a glare of the. Hit the light switch off for a minute once, honey. I don't know if you'll be able to paint, but.
So that was just a.
Oh, we don't want to do that. Oh. Woo!
Okay, so it's laid in and it's highlighted. Now I'm going to take a lining brush, and I'm trying to work fast because I don't want this to last forever.
You take your time. Looking good. Probably should have had Corey come out and do this video. It was his phone. And so you're lining this with ink?
Ink, yep.
Just regular old ink?
Mm-hmm. I think it might be India ink. Just ink.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
It's starting to look real pretty, but.
I'm going a little.
I like dust. Oh, you're doing it again?
Yeah, what's up, honey?
I was just gonna say I'm leaving dust in the back here. We're gonna bleed my brakes.
Okay.
So don't let them out front. You just pick off on us.
Now what are you doing, Sandy?
Now I'm shading it a little bit.
Trying to get in there real close.
When I'm shading it, I'm side loading the brush.
And what are you using there?
I'm using Van Dyke brown oil paint and some oil painting medium.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's looking really good. My only regret is that you got a lot of sunlight coming in from your windows here, which is good for painting, but not good for your video.
I've made a few little mistakes, but
Let's see what you're doing over here again. Loading up your brush with some oil paint.
Side loading it again.
It's looking good. Just about the time I think I'm the master, you prove me wrong again.
Nonsense. I forgot to put some lines in here, but I can come back and do that a little bit later.
Yeah, every time you like move back and forth, the lighting shifts, and like right now, the video looks really nice.
Now I'm going to put a little bit of highlight in the center.
Let me see what you're doing over here.
Just loading up a little bit of silver with lacquer. I'm going to add a little yellow gold to it.
A little yellow gold and silver. She mixes together with lacquer. And she's coming over here.
Then I'm going to go back to a little bit of oil paint again. I put a few little shadows sometimes on there to give the flower a little bit of depth.
A little orange on it right now.
Can barely see that. I'll put a little bit more.
You can barely see it, but it does show up on a.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can. I'm going to come down on it here. Oh, we got this far from that.
See, normally I would do the whole thing, but
Yeah.
I'm just doing this, so.
Yeah, normally Sandy would lay it all in with gold first, so it could dry. Like she says, working with lacquers, they got to be dry. It's not like working with an oil-based paint where you keep stroking over the top of it. Well, it will get muddy, but lacquers will pull. They'll bite in and pull.
So that's pretty much a little sample.
Good. See it right there? That looks beautiful right there.
Okay. Now I'll show them another little thing.
So she went from that pattern there to this here. It's been 20 minutes now. Looks really nice though.
Good. It's only been a 20-minute video so far.
Now what do you got there? Striping
Well,
brush?
I'm going to show them. This is a striping brush. It's a very handy little brush. It holds a lot of paint. This machine didn't have a stripe on it when originally, but I'm going to put one on because I think Julie will like it.
Let me get over here.
This is a nice little brush. It holds a lot of paint and it tucks into the palm of your hand. You can use your 3 fingers here as a little bit of a guide.
It looks good. You should have some gloves on. Sandy has sensitive skin and that lacquer will upset her skin. You gotta get the lower half of it.
Yeah.
Let me move it out over for you a little bit.
We'll go like this.
Yeah, there you go. Oh. Well, striping itself is a heck of a skill. In the furniture factories, Sandy was a decorator, but they also had stripers that would just basically stripe a chair, and that's a whole different skill too.
Okay. That's just to give people an idea. This is what it's like working with lacquer. I've had some people contact me and ask me what I do this kind of work with, and it's lacquer, which is a very abrasive and flammable chemical. Mm-hmm. And these powders, these are metallic powders. You get these at Crestlight Bronze, the metallic product specialists. You know, and I'm
going to show the
I buy these by the pound. You know, these are just samples of all the colors.
I'm trying to show it. Show the front of the cover again.
Oops.
We're going to have to order from them.
Whoops.
I'll focus it.
Thank you.
There you go.
So that's how you do that.
Yeah, so she's got little pill bottles here from our blood pressure pills that she puts a little lacquer thinner in. This one over here has some lacquer in it. There's her little tub of gold. She's got different colors of gold and pigments, and there's her India ink, and over here is a copper color. Over here is her oil-based paints that you just regular oil paints that you get if you were doing an oil painting.
That's right.
Yeah.
And again, this is like this little stool I did here. This is done with enamel, but just like anything else, I made a pin dot pattern, and that's how you transfer an image onto something.
Ooh, well, you're the tricky one. And once again, here's a side. I think Sandy did a really good job on this. It is for one of her closest girlfriends that she's known all of her life.
My dear friend Julie.
Her dear friend Julie, and the thing was just.
Julie's been lugging it around with her for about 30 years, and it was in really, really bad shape, but it's come back to life now and very pretty. I enjoy doing that sort of thing for people. She
painted the base. And like I said, all this work you see on here is not something that we put on this piece. It was from the factory like that. Sandy stripped it all down.
I stripped it down, but I
reproduced it all. Yes.
Yeah, I reproduced it all.
So this is not like a sewing machine that never had this type of decoration on it. And we decided to put it on there. Yeah. Of course,
This is chinoiserie. I've had some inquiries from people about how to do chinoiserie or Oriental style painting.
that looks really
And
interesting.
this is done with lacquer, and this is oil paint there. But this is raised work, which is included traditionally with Oriental work. So for the lady that contacted me in Texas, her name is Ebony. This is chinoiserie.
Well, this piece here actually belongs to Sandy and I. Sandy's had it back here in her studio for a little while, and
I'll finish it.
she'll finish it for me someday. We put that cool finish on there too. Ain't that nice?
Yeah, it's a beautiful finish.
And here's the bottom half of the dresser over here.
Mm-hmm.
She's got to put decoration on the side yet. Hey, this is Sandy's cool little studio that we got her.
Show them my prints.
Over there's her little desk that she sets, and she wanted some shelves. We put a little shelf up over here for her, and she's got some chairs over here that she's caning. We do a lot of chair caning down here at Timeless Arts. Here's a dresser that a customer brought and spilled a little fingernail polish remover on the top. Right here, we got to play around with that. We haven't did anything with that yet.
And show them these are my prints.
Here's Sandy's duck she did for the Michigan
No, the
federal duck stamp contest.
The Indian Maiden, that's a repair job for somebody that was destroyed. Then my vegetable prints, now I don't use a pattern for any of those. I just paint those freehand. They're done with oil. And so.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Yep, thank you very much, Bruce.
You're welcome.